welcome to the Question Hour show from Parliament House Complex, where we bring you important unstart questions that were asked by the members of the Rajya Sabha during the 249th session of the Upper House. I'm Kriti Mishra, and joining me is my colleague Vishal Dahiya.
Well, thank you so much, Kriti, and let's take our viewers through these questions. Let's begin with the first one, and the first question has been asked to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and this one has been asked by member Naresh Gujral, who wants to know from the government whether it is a fact that this ministry, as per media reports, is planning to remove merchandise exports from India scheme for exports, which was introduced primarily with a view to make our labour-intensive export industry more competitive.
Well, the government has been implementing various export promotion schemes such as Advance Authorization Scheme, Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme, Merchandise Exports from India Scheme and Services Exports from India Scheme. The Merchandise Exports from India Scheme was introduced in the foreign trade policy to offset infrastructural inefficiencies, associated costs involved in export of goods or products which are manufactured or produced in India, especially those having high export intensity, employment potential, thereby enhancing India's export competitiveness. The government undertakes regular review or reform of these schemes, keeping in view the changing domestic and international situation. The next question has been asked by member Anil Desai, and Mr. Desai has asked whether it is a fact that there are a large number of agricultural products which perish every year due to inefficient and insufficient storage facilities.
Well, the Commerce and Industry Ministry has given a detailed answer to this question, which says a study commissioned by Ministry of Food Processing Industries and carried out by Central Institute of Post-Harvest Engineering and Technology, that is CIP-HET, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, published in 2015, estimated that quantum of quantitative harvest and post-harvest losses were in the range of 6.70% to 15.88% in fruits and 4.58% to 12.44% in vegetables, as per a study on All India Cold Chain Infrastructure Capacity conducted by NABARD Consultancy Service. It was reported that by 2014 there was cold storage capacity of 32 million tons in the country against an approximate requirement of 35 million tons. As per the latest available information received from the states, there are 8,038 cold storages with capacity of 36.77 million metric tons in the country. The ministry further says that the promotion of export of fruits and vegetables is a continuous process. For overall promotion of agriculture exports, including that of fruits and vegetables, the government has introduced a comprehensive agriculture export policy. Now, the Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, an autonomous organization under the administrative control of the Department of Commerce, has the mandate to promote exports of fruits and vegetables. APEDA provides assistance to the exporters of fruits under various components of its scheme, such as Agriculture and Processed Food Export Promotion Scheme, through infrastructure development, quality development and market development. In addition, incentives are available on export of various fruits and vegetables under the Merchandise Exports from India scheme. Assistance is also provided to exporters, state governments under various other schemes of Department of Commerce, such as Trade Infrastructure for Export Scheme, Transport and Marketing Assistance Scheme and Market Access Initiative Schemes, etc. Well, the next question is addressed to the Ministry of Communications, and this one has been asked by member Kanta Kadam, who wants to know from the government whether it has provided internet facility in the panchayats to extend the benefits of communication and information technology to the people living in rural areas of the country.
The government in its response says that the BharatNet project is being implemented in the country in a phased manner to provide broadband connectivity to all Gram Panchayats in the country, which are around 2,50,000. As on 11th of July 2019, by laying 3,48,161 kilometers optical fiber cable, which is also called OFC, a total of 1,31,756 Gram Panchayats have been connected, out of which 1,20,791 Gram Panchayats have been made service ready. In addition, 882 Gram Panchayats have been made service ready on satellite media. As part of this project, the last mile connectivity through Wi-Fi or any other suitable broadband technology is being provided to all the Gram Panchayats in the country. The Digital Communications Commission, called the DCC, has approved to award the work of provisioning of 2 Wi-Fi access points in about 10,000 Gram Panchayats of Rajasthan for implementation through Government of Rajasthan, and in the remaining Gram Panchayats of BharatNet Phase 1 through CSC E-Governance Services India Limited. So far, Wi-Fi hotspots have been installed at 43,558 gram panchayats, out of which services are being provided in 14,770 gram panchayats, catering to about 12.4 lakh users. Further, 31,531 fiber to the home called FTTH connections have also been provided. The following initiatives have been taken for providing broadband or internet facilities in all the gram panchayats: setting up of Wi-Fi chowpals at 5,000 gram panchayats using BharatNet infrastructure. Wi-Fi chowpals are being set up in 5,000 gram panchayats by CSE E-Governance Services India Limited. As of now, Wi-Fi chowpals have been set up or installed at all the 5,000 gram panchayats, and services are being provided in 3,145 gram panchayats. Wi-Fi hotspots at 200 gram panchayats by Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited or BSNL using BharatNet backhaul. BSNL pilot is also aiming to provide last mile connectivity for broadband services through Wi-Fi in 200 gram panchayats. Wi-Fi hotspots have also been set up or installed at 75 gram panchayats. Moving on to the next question asked by member CM Ramesh, and this one is to the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. And Mr. Ramesh has asked about the details of Khadi Gramodyog centers in the country, and out of these, the number of such centers which are not functioning in the rural areas during the last 3 years, and whether the government has initiated any endeavour to reopen the closed Khadi Gramodyog centers.
Well, the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Ministry in its response says that Khadi and Village Industries Commission, that is KVIC, has 7 departmental sale outlets, that is DSOs, with 23 branches and 8,035 Khadi outlets belonging to Khadi institutions, totaling 8,058 sale outlets network throughout the country. Besides, 18 departmental training centres, 17 non-departmental training centres and 5 central silver plants are also functioning. Khadi and Village Industries Commission implements Khadi program through Khadi institutions, that is Khadi Gramodyog Sansthaas. As of 2019, 2,632 Khadi Gramodyog Sansthaas are registered with KVIC, out of which 64 number of Sansthaas have become defunct in view of the following reasons. Due to disrupt in the management, financial crisis as well as inadequate working capital, NPAs with KIs, misappropriate and mismanagement of these KIs, lack of interest of KIs in Khadi activities, and lastly, due to natural calamities like flood, earthquake, etc. Well, the next question is asked by member A. Vijay Kumar, and this one is also addressed to the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, wherein the member wants to know from the government about the details of initiatives taken to start up entrepreneurs in MSME sector.
Well, the government has launched the Startup India scheme with the objective of building strong ecosystem for nurturing innovations and startups in the country. The incentives available to startups under Startup India initiative include self-certification under 6 labour laws and 3 environmental laws, relaxation in public procurement norms, faster exit under the bankruptcy code, rebates on patent and trademark filing fees, support from facilitators and to expedite examination of patent application, income tax exemption, exemption from income tax on investments received above fair market value, funding support under the Fund of Funds for Startups, guidance and facilitation support from Startup India Hub. Further, the government implements different schemes and programs for MSME sector, which include Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, Scheme of Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries, a scheme for promoting innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship, credit guarantee, one scheme for micro, small enterprises, credit-linked capital subsidy scheme, National Manufacturing Competitiveness Program, micro and small enterprises cluster development program, National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Hub, and schemes for core products and Khadi and village industries. Moving on to the next question asked by member Binoy Viswam, and this one is to the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and Mr. Viswam has asked whether government is aware of the severity of water crisis in Chennai.
Well, the Ministry of Jal Shakti in its answer says that Government of India has launched the Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation Amrut on 25th of June 2015 in 500 cities across the country for a period of 5 years, that is from 2015-16 to 2019-20, with focus on development of basic urban infrastructure in the mission cities. One of the priority sectors under Amrut Mission is water supply. Chennai is one of the Amrut cities. Government of Tamil Nadu has taken up 4 water supply projects worth 1,381.12 crore rupees under Amrut in Chennai. Now, contracts for all the 4 projects have been awarded. The Ministry of Jal Shakti also says that it has launched Jal Shakti Abhiyan JSA, a campaign for water conservation and water security. During the campaign, officers, groundwater experts and scientists from the Government of India will work together with the state and district officials in India's most water-stressed districts for water conservation and water resource management. Now, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is participating actively in the Jal Shakti Abhiyan along with states and union territories, urban local bodies to undertake water conservation measures and has issued guidelines for urban water conservation to all the states and union territories on 29th of June 2019. Also, the central government has formulated a National Perspective Plan (NPP) for water resources development, which envisages transfer of water from water surplus basins to water deficit basins to improve the availability of water. Well, the last question in this segment of Question Hour is also to the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and this one has been asked by member Ambika Soni, who wants to know from the government whether Punjab government has sought for upgradation of Punjab's water distribution infrastructure while calling for fresh river water tribunal to address the dispute with neighbouring states in view of dwindling water availability in the state.
During the year 2016 and 17, 99 ongoing major or medium irrigation projects under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana Accelerated Irrigation Benefits Program having ultimate irrigation potential of 76.03 lakh hectare and balance estimated cost of 77,595 crore rupees and component of which 31,342 crore rupees have been prioritized in consultation with states for completion in phases up to December 2019 along with their compound area development and water management works. Under PMKSY AIB, 2 projects namely Kandi Canal Extension Phase 2 and rehabilitation of First Patiala Feeder and Kotla Branch project of Punjab were included. These 2 projects have been completed as informed by concerned project authority. Further, new memorandum of understanding has been signed in October 2018 between Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, which is now known as the Jal Shakti Ministry, Rajasthan Government and Government of Punjab in order to provide financial assistance of 620.42 crore rupees and 205.758 crore rupees for selected Reeling of Rajasthan Feeder Canal and Sri Hind Feeder Canal respectively. So Vishal, these were the questions and answers in today's edition of Question Hour.
Well, yes indeed, and we'll take a short break here. After the break, our colleagues Arvind Singh and Kriti Singh will bring you some more questions in Prashn Kal. Stay tuned.